Happy Tuesday.
Welcome back, guys. Darlene, I'm excited still. Are you?
I am.
Tell me what's the most exciting part for you right now?
The most exciting thing is everybody is so excited for us.
Yes.
They want to hear what we're doing. They want to come and see us.
Yes.
And it's a vibe.
It's a vibe, right? And the energy.
Yes.
So, what's crazy is that I always talk to people about energy. Energy is everything.
Yes.
And support is everything.
Yes.
So even, shout out to the people that's been texting me, calling me, even sending messages to Darlene, because that support is everything. That's what keeps everything going. Every time we talk about support, this man walks right in at the perfect time.
Yes.
Support is everything. Shout out to our neighbor Knees, okay? Juan, for sponsoring us with these beautiful drinks. What do we have this week?
We have passion fruit margarita.
Passion fruit margarita. Yes, I can't wait. Thank you so much. Right. Shout out to Knees. They're our next door neighbor. So, they're open on the weekends. This is Juan. He's the man. Okay, he's the man. And like I was saying, support is everything. Thank you so much, Juan.
Yes, thank you.
Yes,
okay.
we will. Absolutely. Support is everything, guys. So, you already met him from episode 1, and you'll always see him on our episodes because he's supporting what we're doing. He's sponsoring this. This is Knees Bar and Restaurant. They're right next door to Sono Entertainment Recording Studios and next door across the street from New Image Hair Salon.
Yes.
But that support is what got you on fire.
Yes.
And I love that you were screenshotting different things, showing me, and I have the same stuff too, but seeing that fire in you was bringing that fire in me. Yes. High five it, girlfriend. Shout out to us for getting it popping. How was your week?
My week was very good. It was productive. I got a lot of business done. I'm working on hiring some new stylists. I need some new fire stylists that's going to bring that energy and come be a part of the team. I'm looking to grow, and I want you to come grow with me. So if you're interested, hit me up at The Real She Cuts, New Image Hair Salon, again, 203-866-4539. I want hairstylists. I want nail techs, a lash tech. Let's see. Whatever you could do in the hair industry, I want you to be a part of my team.
Okay, hair products too.
Yeah.
Hair products too. Even though she's coming out with her own product line. Doggone it. I let the cat out the bag. I'm gonna let something else out the bag too, because I remember last week you said you wanted a guest. We said we were going to have a guest.
Yes.
Right? And we are going to have guests because it's important that other people get to share our platform, and I like this person. It's so dope because honestly, I just met the person officially today.
Okay.
But that energy was fire.
Wow. I can't wait to meet.
I'm like, oh my goodness.
I can't wait to meet.
I'm like, oh my goodness. But let me tell you the dope thing about this guest is that they were speaking my language, on fire for the community, on fire for the kids, on fire for mental health, on fire for grief, like on fire. I'm like, damn, this guy's hit all the right buttons. Okay. And listen, it was going so smooth. I said, you know what? You want to be a guest on our show tonight?
Wow.
Because they have a lot to say. Okay. A lot to say. How are we going to get the guests? You gonna go get the guests? Okay. All right. So
let's just toast up to week 2. Longevity and a lot to say.
That's right. And we have a lot to talk about too. The African Day Parade meeting was dope. Okay. Next meeting is tomorrow at 7 p.m. Let me taste it.
Really good.
Ooh. That tastes good, right?
Yeah.
So this time it's a passion margarita. Right? Passion margarita?
Yes.
Our guest is here? Our guest is ready out the green room. Yes.
Hold on.
It's nice to see you.
Yes. Give me some love on air, guest.
It's been a long time, like, what we reconnected
Yes.
It's been so much, even though, we've been chopping it up online when I could attend the Bible service.
Yes.
It's good to be here. I mean, me and her finally connected.
Okay.
And all the dots is about to be connected. And I think the community about to be scared. I don't think they want this energy to come together.
And trust me, it's
good energy too.
Fire. Fire.
Yeah, so everything that I said, right?
Yes.
Now that you have a name, a face rather, to the no name that you never had, he's dope. I liked it because immediately before we could even leave, what was so dope, honestly, is that each room we went into, we only got to 2 rooms. You talked about the kids here. You was like, damn, like, what could we do or what are we gonna do? Like my brain is moving, He sat here and immediately he just started talking about the kids. Like, what could we do for the youth in the community? Then I dragged him out of this room and got him over here. Next thing out his mouth was the kids. Again, right, BK?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, what could we do? What could we do for this community? How can we get things started? I said, they kept them from me. I said, they kept you from me because the way he was just pushing these buttons and saying all the right stuff and the energy, the fire, the passion, you already know how
But you see how everything comes full circle?
It's all
You
God.
see that?
It's all
You
God.
see that? Yes,
God,
it is.
God don't make no mistakes. As I explained to you earlier, is that he's going to do things at the right time. But what he was doing for me is just prepping me right time. And it's always like, I always use basketball terms. I'm a basketball player. He's not going to allow you to get on the NBA stage if you're not ready.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So he was just grooming me, prepping me for all these opportunities. And again, like I said, I knew Dolo for so long, but I never met you, which is crazy.
I know. Everybody's met Sweets.
Yeah.
Almost everybody met Sweets.
But I heard your name always comes up every time.
Yeah, that's
Every
dope,
time.
though. That's dope.
Yeah.
So for the people that formerly
Okay. Am I talking? I'm on this mic here?
Yep.
Into the camera?
Yeah.
All right. The community knows me as Pop, but my government name is Wilner P. Joseph. I'm from Stamford, Connecticut, born and raised. I'm just a man with all hats, all different trades, and a man that cares about creating change in every community and just partnering with people who are like-minded and has a walk with God and wants to make a difference and create a legacy and throughout not just Stamford, but Norwalk, Bridgeport, throughout the tri-state area. So I'm just happy to be here on this platform with you ladies, and God has connected me and Darlene on a beautiful way. Like her walk with Christ is beautiful. The way we connected was amazing, and me and Sweets got connected. It's just amazing as well. And just us 3 synergies together. I don't think nobody ready for that. I tell y'all, the people who've been trying to keep us away, y'all in trouble. That's all I want to say.
trouble.
Put your seatbelts on and enjoy the ride.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a smooth ride. It's going to be nice. It may be uncomfortable for some people, because in order to get comfortable, we have to
be uncomfortable.
We have to be uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? We have to be uncomfortable. But I'm ready. So what you got going on?
I got a few projects coming up. So my brother who passed away April 20th in 2017, ever since then, I've created a platform where I honor him during his anniversary, but I do a lot of events to highlight the importance of mental health and gun violence prevention as well. So this year, I have a partnership with UB. I'm doing a huge event on April 26th at UB. It's called the Heroes Basketball Tournament. So what that look like is we're going to have the UB players have a team. Their team is going to be named Mental Health Team, right? So we're just highlighting that. My team is $1 Million Smile, which is my gun violence prevention brand. And then I'm going to have a New York team, and then we're going to have a team from Bridgeport as well. This guy named Puda, he does a scale tournament every year. So we're going to formulate that as 4 teams, and then whoever wins out of those 4 teams play in the championship game. And we hand out a big trophy at the end of the day. And then I also honor people. I like to give people their flowers when they're alive, not when they're backs. And I always highlight that as well. Like, we got to start showing love and giving people their flowers when they're around, not when they're on their back. So I am looking for people in the Bridgeport community who I can honor during that day to really highlight them and tell them that they're heroes of whatever they got going on their platform, just to make sure that they're being highlighted and celebrated as well. April 20th is actually my brother's anniversary. We usually do something in Stanford, so April 20th falls on Easter. So April 19th, I'm actually hosting a day party, 90s party, downtown Stanford at Manzo, Manzo, right downtown on right on Main Avenue, right next to Aquario, right across the street from Columbus Park. So like just honor him, just bringing people together. I'm always, figuring out ways, like I was explaining to you earlier, like everything I do has a purpose behind it. How to bring people together, how do we glorify unity and love, right? And bringing people together on all different platforms to network, but also how do we create things to leave an impact in our community. So that's everything that I do, from parties to basketball tournaments to anything I do has a big purpose behind it.
Great.
That's dope. Great job.
Yeah.
Great job. I'm moved.
Yeah.
I like that because it's
I
important.
got to plug in this. Love Fest, June 28th at Mill River Park in Stanford. So Love Fest was created, my apologies, guys, was to create a platform to bring people together, to create a melting pot. So what that looked like is just creating different genres of music, from gospel to Latin music, pop music, hip hop culture, old school, everything to bring. So we have different DJs playing these different genres of music and artists performing. We have vendors, sponsors, and this is a good day to bring everybody together to dance and have a good time to network, and it's just unifying, right? Mm-hmm. Love is not intimate. It's unifying and loving your neighbor and helping one another, but also figuring out a way, how do we create this atmosphere so people can be able to understand each other, right? Because it takes communication, right? Sometimes we may think we have a problem with somebody, but it takes a conversation to really figure it out. Right. So that's what it is. So that's I had to plug that in. Yeah. June 28th, Love Fest.
What time?
We usually start at around 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and we go on to the night.
Okay.
I love that.
Yeah. That's dope. Did you go last year?
I didn't. I
heard
about it.
Year.
Yeah. Every time it seems like you're having something. Yeah, I'm usually away, but I did see it on Instagram, and it's so crazy. I was in New York, and I met a young lady that was at your Love Fest.
That's great.
I'm like, oh my God, this guy knows everybody. Like, he knows
what did
everybody.
You say? How did that come up?
I just happened. I was in New York,
she said, and about the Love Fest.
I was down. I'm trying to think where I was at. I just ran into this young lady, and she just was drawn to me, and she started talking to me. She was Spanish. She was Spanish. Wow. And, I told her, she's like, where are you from? I'm like, I'm from Connecticut and everything. Next thing I know, I look at his Love Fest thing, and she's on there. She knows him.
What? That's dope. He said he has a reach and a diversified reach.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And I love the fact that you're hungry with bringing the community together. You do a lot with the kids. That's what we need, because the kids are tomorrow. Absolutely. And we do need to focus on them.
He just finished doing something at Franklin.
Yeah, Ben Franklin. We did a 3-on-3 basketball tournament. So I have a partnership with Norwalk Recreation. Okay. So I've been doing a basketball development class every Saturday mornings at Jefferson School. Great. So from ages kindergarten all the way to 3rd grade. So I decided, I said, the lack of sports. So I use basketball as a tool to mentor kids, but also, again, creating that family structure. Right. And I always tell parents, whenever a kid signs up with me with private training or clinics, it's bigger than basketball. Like, I'm not, it's a given if they make it to the league or go D1, but the purpose is giving them exposure, but also allowing them to build with their peers, right? Because basketball, what got me my network is basketball. Right? I have friends from all different walks of life, and that's what basketball did. It opened up so many different doors, and I took advantage of that opportunity. And I always tell kids, don't let the game use you. You use the game.
Right.
All the time. So we so towards the end of the finale, we did a 10-week program, and then I said to the parents, I'm going to do something special that these kids been asking for. They want to play. So I did a 3-on-3 tournament, and it was great to see the kids just run up and down, play games. I had I had some of the coaches from the Norwalk area come and host and help me out. And the purpose of that was because I got on live recently, and I said, my goal this year is to attack every community and hold people accountable, because everybody's saying that there's nothing to do, nobody's coming together. But I said, God has told me, use your platform to bring people together. And if they're not on board, then there's no problem exposing it. Because you're not going to work with our youth if you're not going to work with other people to really make an impact. Right. Because it's not about ourselves. It's not about gaining money or self-preservation. It's about me. I want likes on Instagram and views. No, we got to be able to give these kids exposure and give them the resource that they need. And us as adults and as mentors and as community leaders, we got to provide those services. Right. And we can't fail our children.
That's right. That's right. And you know what? I just remembered. It's so crazy. I remember I lost my thought earlier, and I said I forgot what I was going to say is that we're starting off the lift program, but we're starting it with a trip to the Apollo. So we're going to start it backwards. We're going to take 20 kids to amateur night, or maybe 15.
Okay.
Maybe 16, because we may need 4 adults, is what I'm thinking. But to amateur night. So everything that that we do in the studio, I'm not going to say that I described to you earlier. I'm going to just repeat it. So everything that we do in the studio, so whether it's podcasting, video, recording, production, artist development, songwriting, you name it. You know, whatever we do in the studio, I want them to see it on the stage at the Apollo. They hear about the Apollo, they hear about performances, but you get to see the sound man, you get to see the performance, you get to see the artist, you get to hear the sound, see the video, stuff like that. So we figured that that if we start backwards instead of ending it with a trip, you know, I feel like it's more inspiring. Absolutely. To start it with a trip, you know, because now you can so while you're here, you can visualize.
You can dream about it, because sometimes, like, even recently, in December, I took about 100 families, well, maybe I think 200 families to the Westchester Knicks game. I have a partnership with the Westchester Knicks, and I'm affiliated with the Knicks as well. Some of my friends who used to play for the Knicks. So what I did was I was like, you know, kids can play basketball all day, but if they don't get the visual to see how it looks to play professional, how to be like a professional, and also see the behind the scenes of who runs the professional, right? The GMs,
right?
The ball boy, whoever it is, right? So I took them down there, and you just see like how their eyes got so big, like wow,
like wow, man.
Yeah, seeing it.
It's all about exposure.
Right.
So them seeing the Apollo, they hearing about the Apollo, like you actually can see it,
right?
Smell it, you can feel it,
yeah,
right? And understand. So when they come back to the studio, now they could dream bigger. They like, you know what? All right, now I'm gonna tackle this issue.
And you know the Apollo is the real deal.
Oh, absolutely.
So after the kids amateur night, it's the adult amateur night.
Absolutely.
So they get to see what happens if you ain't good enough. Okay, that siren start woo. That sad man come out
which
dancing.
Is okay.
Yeah, but they get to see that, you know, because everything's not a yes.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? So they get to see firsthand, and every time I didn't know that BK. I think it was it your first time at the Apollo?
Yeah.
Wait, we went to, I know I called you out when you're just coming back, but we, where did we go to? We went to a record label. Damn. Juice Crew. Damn it.
Yeah,
it was the Juice Crew reunion.
Wow.
So, and I didn't know that was BK's first time at the Apollo.
Yeah.
He went to a fire show. So he got Kumo D, damn MC Shan, that whole Juice Crew.
Classic.
Yeah, he
That's
went
classic.
to. But see, what's dope about it is you see the albums on the wall. So this is like an ongoing thing, you know. So he's seen the albums. We talked about the albums. We have our Throwback Thursday, you know, our conversation, so he could, you know the essence, or so we both, you know, stay in tune with the essence of hip hop and all that stuff. So for him to even go to the Apollo for the first time that day and see that show, and know about the history that he was currently learning and hearing, that was fire.
That's amazing. It's all about, you know, I tell a lot of kids all the time, you know, especially when you mention about, you know, seeing Sandman come out. It doesn't mean you're a failure if you don't make it or you hear no. Because I told him, you know, especially with basketball, I told him, you know, you got to know your history. When you love something, you know your history. But it's also understand, like I told him, Michael Jordan failed, right? He got cut from his high school team. They like, what? I said, see, yeah, you didn't even know that. But he didn't give up.
Right.
He took that as motivation and lit a fire under him. And now Michael Jordan is one of the best to ever play the game. So you understand, you got to get to a point in life. You're gonna trip, you're gonna fall. How do you get back up?
Right.
How do you get right back up?
Right. Lauryn Hill got booed off the Apollo stage.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
All the greatest. All the greatest.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Kevin Hart. I remember Kevin Hart telling the story. He got booed off one of the stages before. And Philly, like, it happens to everybody.
It makes you better. It makes you better.
Yeah.
I remember going to see Beyonce in concert when she was with
Destiny Child?
Yes. No. Matter of fact, when she was with Destiny Child. And we went to Madison Square Garden and she was there. That's when Wycliffe was producing them. And they came out with No, their first song, and they booed them. And you see them now?
Yeah,
they booed them.
You got to take that and allow that to motivate you. I've always said, man, I'm gonna hear 1,000 no's, but I'm gonna hear a million yeses after. Cause you gotta be resilient. You gotta be consistent.
Yeah.
People want to see that.
I'm laughing to myself, y'all, because we was at the Apollo. It was me, Dolo, Moonraker, his mother, rest her soul, rest his soul. And we were seeing his cousin. So they says, anybody out there want to get their chance on Apollo Stage? Da, da, da. So you know Brother Love. He like, me. So Dolo get up there. How on earth he finds sparkles and glitter in the back? Somehow, I don't know. But he gets on the mic, they like, ooh. But he said, deep thoughts and the words done on paper, Dolomite. And he throws this glitter, and all the Apollo was like, yeah! But then he cursed. And I think he only said ass. It wasn't even nothing heavy, but you can't say anything like that at the Apollo.
Wow.
That thing said, so he said whatever, like, I bet your ass I could write the. That thing said, real. And this is before the fake Sandman was here.
Right.
Not the fake Sandman, okay? Before this Sandman.
Yeah.
So we talking about when the lady, remember the lady used to be in the front row of the Apollo?
Yes,
she was there.
yes.
Like, and these were the official, like those people there. We never lived it down. Oh my God. We laughed so hard that I shouldn't be laughing right now, but everything was perfect. He said, deep thoughts emerge when the words down on paper, Dolomite. The glitter came, it came sprinkling down. He wowed the whole thing. So, saying that to say that it just took that one word.
Wow.
That one word. So you got to know where you are.
Yeah.
So from there, what we learned was we knew where we were, and we have to be prepared for all stages.
Absolutely.
See, that was a valuable lesson. We have to be prepared for all stages, and we didn't know. So, when you are going somewhere, whether it's, I remember another time I was pregnant with Zoe. It was me, Dolo, and PJ. We went to Tyler Perry. That's when we were doing Breakfast in a Movie.
Okay.
So we did an event for the Chain Fund, Compassionate Hands Assisting Interim Needs for people who suffer from cancer, to help them pay the bills. We would rent the movie theater out, and it's Breakfast in a Movie. So, and we only did it for Tyler Perry movies. So we went to a Tyler Perry show, and that doggone Dolo, he said, Breakfast in a Movie! Sure enough, Tyler Perry turned around and said, what? Somebody say something? We was quiet as church mouse. Nobody said nothing. He said, I thought somebody just said something. He said, okay, guess not. Blew the opportunity. The man, how on, like at a Tyler Perry play?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Blew the damn opportunity, stuck like a deer in the headlights. Another valuable lesson. We went back the next day and tried to get a do-over. We was yelling, Breakfast in the Movie. He wasn't even looking at us, nothing.
Now you always got to be prepared.
Got to be prepared.
Right before COVID happened, and right before Kobe passed away, I was at a New York Knicks LA game, and one of my boys is a hardcore Laker fan, and I'm talking to this woman, and we just going back and forth, just talking, and my boy like, I'm like, what's wrong? Why you make all these damn guesses? Crazy. So I walk over there, bro, what's wrong? She's like, bro, that's the owner of the Lakers. You bugging. She giving you all this attention. You need shut up. I go back over. So I'm like, in my head, so I'm talking to her. I'm like, damn, I put two and two in my head. I'm like, this is the owner. So we talking about, I'm telling her what I do, but I wasn't prepared.
Right.
Like that elevator speech wasn't tight.
I mean, it was tight, but it was like, I didn't have nothing tangible to give her, right? If I did, like, I didn't have if I would have like a brand or something or a business card, and I remember dropping the ball. I think she introduced me with her friends, and then that's when Kobe died right after. And I blew my chance, meaning that, like, if I would have gave her something tangible to walk away with.
Yeah.
Because she loved the conversation. She loved what I was saying. She loved everything I was talking about. She was like, you could come to LA. I could maybe set you up with all the things you're doing, your platform. And then I knew when Kobe died, it was over. I knew I probably won't be able to, I tried to email. I tried to do everything to try to get back.
Everything, right?
Yeah.
Nothing.
But I said one day, one day I'll see her
It'll come
again.
back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it'll come back
Absolutely.
around. So we gotta seize those moments of opportunity.
Absolutely.
But I'm sure that we all at this table are seasoned enough and have missed out on enough opportunities that I can't even, so many countless things. Look, we're sick if we're not in the right place. If we go into a party, if we're not in VIP, we're sitting there, we're sitting in a party like this, figuring out a way to get the VIP because we don't know anybody in regular IP. Like what you call it, in general pop, in gen pop.
In general pop, yeah.
We don't know anybody in Gym Pop, but we know everybody in VIP. So our mission is always to get to VIP. And if that mission is not accomplished,
Miserable.
I'm the same way. I'll be sick.
Yes.
And my daughter be laughing like, Dad, you always make. I said, because you know what? I maybe because I'm spoiled. You know what I mean? Like I gotta have everything I do. It gotta be big.
Yeah.
And I always say, you put me in that room, I'm good. I get in that room with anybody. I'm good. I'm telling you, I know I'm gonna walk away and they gonna love me.
how about Cardi B party?
Oh, God.
So we at Cardi. Everybody is there at Cardi B party. This is her first. This is Private. What's the name of that album? Private.
Her first album. I can't remember
Private
the name
something.
of it.
Private.
It was her first album.
I could just see the yellow tape.
Yeah.
Private something. But everybody's in this spot. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody, including us. Right. So. It's Nori, it's Leor Cohen, it's Kevin Lyles, it's freaking
Neo, everybody.
Neo. I'm talking about when I went over there. Andre Harrell.
Everybody.
This is, like everybody's over there. And Nori got up.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Darlene, look, Nori just got up. These are all the people I just named, all the top executive where you want to be. I said, I'm going over there. When I get over there, you take every damn picture you could take, okay? I went over there. They said, oh my God, where you been? I'm just hugging. I'm like, who the hell do they think I am? Everybody, but this is Kevin Lyles. He like, what? You don't know who this is? Now Nori's back. I got his seat. He like, what? You don't know who this is? So he like, this is, and he like, what? Oh my God. So now he's telling people who I am. I don't know who the hell that they thought I would. Well, at that time, I didn't know. BK, I ever told you about this? And at that time, I didn't know who they thought I was. Yeah. I'm like, Doll, baby, please just stay over there. Take the pictures. Take the pictures. I need you to, you need to capture this. So I'm over there. I'm using hand gestures.
Right.
I'm freezing. Giving her time to take the picture. Yeah. But then Nori spilled the drink. But I seen Andre Harrell look like he's zeroing in on me. I'm like, oh, shit, my cover's blown. Yeah, he know who I am. So when Nori spilled the drink, I said, come on, man, watch out. They said, no, Kate, don't leave. Don't leave. So I was Kate. I don't know who the hell it was, but they were saying, Kate, don't leave. I said, nah, that's it. Yeah. I'm out of here. No, I'll talk to y'all. But I found out that I was Kate that night, and they was begging Kate not to leave, but I absorbed that whole doggone
That's crazy. That's wild.
And this one here didn't get not one damn picture.
Yes, I did. I
one
got a
picture
few.
she got.
I got with
one
you,
picture
Neo,
with her finger,
Nori,
with her
all
finger
of
on
them.
top of the thing. I'm like, oh my God. She got all the bomb pictures because I'm the photographer. I got angles for her. It looked like she even doing the girl hair at one point.
Listen, man, I always say sometimes you got to figure out creative ways. I've told my friends, because I go to a lot of events. I said, my friends be mad, like, you be with everybody. I said, and they be like, you can't take my set because y'all ain't willing to do nothing. Y'all want to come and do for nah. No. You got to do something because we here try to figure out how do we
maximize this
the opportunity. So I said, yo, listen, do something. Act like you my photographer, something.
Yeah.
Right? Or act like you don't know me. Like, yo, what's up, man? You know what I mean?
We got to
like
draw a scene.
I'm somebody special
hear.
to make them know, like, I'm important. Like, something.
Right.
We got to work.
Can't bring everybody to the table.
That's right.
I realize that. Everybody can't come eat.
And I don't. I used to, especially back in the days. Well, sometimes I had to because I really didn't know who the rappers were. So I would have to have people with me to say, look, that's him right there. Because I'm there to meet with the people. But I don't like bringing people either because they're not beneficial.
But they're not beneficial and they will embarrass you. You'll lose that friendship. That's why I don't open up my contacts to just anybody. And, my friend Jadakiss always tells me, don't call my phone. If somebody calling you for opportunity for me to book me or whatever, you better put your price on top of it. Don't let nobody use you. Like I told you earlier.
Right.
He said, don't just be wasting my time.
Right.
Our friendship is our friendship. Don't waste that opportunity because you're trying to please somebody else.
Right. That's right. That's what's in my office. I don't know if you've seen it, but rest in peace to Lovebug Starsky because I got it from his house. When business is involved, friendships dissolve. We ain't even talking that friend stuff. Don't even tell me about friend stuff. Mm-hmm. You got friends, Doll baby, or you got?
I have friends, but when you come sit in my chair, you do have a bill. You do have a bill because at the end of the day, it's my livelihood. It's how I pay my bills. Yeah. And if If I gave all my friends a discount, I would have no money and my bills wouldn't be paid.
But
You know?
we have to change that narrative in our community because I tell people all the time, you know, me being a business owner as well, why do you think that I don't deserve my value?
Right.
You don't go to Google, you don't go to Amazon, you don't go to Nike, you don't go to Gucci, Fendi. None of those places, when you walk in the store, you spend 100% whatever that price
Yes.
is. So why do you think I don't deserve 100% what my price is?
Give them the price and they'll still give you what they want to give you from your price. I'm telling you. It's crazy. This guy, I wrote a play. It's so crazy because G-A-B was with this guy named John, I'll just say. So they were away, and I just wrote a play. So John's friend was lit in Charlotte. You know, he wrote A Good Man Is Hard to Find, From Behind the Pulpit is the last one that I know. But John said, I think you should call my man because, you know, the play is good. Your brother's here with me. He telling me this, that, and the third. So I call the guy. And people ask me to this day to tell them what the guy said to me. I said, hey, John is with my brother. You know, I just wrote a play and he thought maybe it'd be a good idea for us to connect. This is Sweets, you know, calling you from Connecticut. He said, is that right? He said, John know good people and John know bad people. Frankly, I don't care which of the two you are. If you don't have any money, there's nothing you can do for me and absolutely nothing I can do for you.
That part. That's
the first thing he said. So I looked at the phone. I said, well, how much money do I need to have? Because now I need to entertain him because he checked me. I don't get shut down like that. Like you, I go hard. You know, but he, off the rip, that's the first thing he said to me. He said, if you have $15,000, you could do the play down here. Told me about his play he just wrote, From Behind the Pulpit. You could do the play down here. I have the Charlotte market. I have this, and I'm going to make it look like $75,000 to where you'll be doing cartwheels coming back to do the next play with me. I said, okay. I said, give me a couple days and I'll call you back. He got in a car accident and died. My lesson. John know good people, John know bad people. Frankly, I don't care which of the two you are. If you don't have any money, there's nothing you can do for me and absolutely nothing I can do for you. After he died in a car accident. Wow. After he did, I called his phone back. He's a whole pastor. Said, you've reached Pastor David Payton. I said, a whole pastor that didn't play. So I have friends of mine, Tasha's one of them. Tasha called me from Atlanta and say, what the man say to you that time? I know exactly what John know good people, John. I got to say it. She got me on speakerphone. But that's a lesson. So it wasn't for me to do the play with him. Yeah. You know, that's all he said to me. And I take that with me. Wow. You know, and it's not, listen, and money's not always greenbacks and, you know, it's not always monetary money. But if there's nothing valuable that you have, there's nothing I can do for you.
Absolutely.
And there's absolutely nothing that you can do for me. Because that's what it is. Because too many people waste your time. What you gonna do?
You can't get that back.
Right.
I'm not letting people waste my time, and I'm not. You know, I'm not stuck up. I'm not hard to get at. I'm just I can't listen to certain stuff.
You got to set boundaries and understand what your value is. Like, people will bullshit you and waste your damn time.
Right.
And I'm sorry now. I said, listen, anybody you want to invite me somewhere? What's the purpose of me coming out? You really want me to, obviously if you invite me, you think I need to be there for what?
Right.
What's in your budget?
That's what I want to talk about.
You want me to promote your business? What's in your budget?
Right.
Because you know how many people I've made millions of dollars and never gave me $1 or even a thank you? And I said to myself, I would never do it again. I've been burnt by so many people that I've helped and gave ideas to. They took my ideas and ran with it and made money and never said a thank you or a shout out. Even if you don't give me no money, at least thank you, something. Run with it like it's yours.
Some credit.
Nothing.
That happens a lot. We get that a lot. You know,
never
if
again.
It's an idea or you.
Even my mama must sign a contract with you.
We need paperwork, Ma.
Paperwork. Straight up.
Look, it's funny, but me and Dolo had a contract. I remember I had a contract. I remember I'll get mad and rip it up. Make another contract. What? I was playing. I was just mad. We re-signed that damn contract, though. Because you never know.
You never know.
But we honestly kept the contract. Yeah, you know, and it wasn't nothing crazy, you know, or nothing that wasn't unfair. But things happen. You know, and things has happened. You know, so just to ensure that both of us are okay,
Should
anything happen.
You got to have security.
Right.
Gotta have security.
You
It's
know?
always important to have that security. I've learned. I've been burnt too many times. I said never again. Everything gonna be on paper. I don't care what it is. I don't
Yeah.
care if you said we going to the Kentucky Fried Chicken. We writing this on
We
paper.
need it on paper.
I need your listen. And I learned too. Email chains. Email everything.
Mm-hmm.
Email
Everything on
conversation.
te- yeah.
Can you please send out an email? Thank you very
That's
much.
right. Even a text. You know?
Yeah.
But that's why even to this day, people standing us up, we take deposits. People don't like it, but for every hour that you book here, you have to leave a $25 deposit. Because if you don't show up, then we still got your deposit.
Exactly.
And it's not switching the date. So people seem to think that they'll leave a deposit. And some people who I'm cool with too. If you don't leave the deposit, you do not have a date. You don't have a date. Some people are a little upset about that. But if you don't have I can't even hear without that deposit. So now it's jokes that you got that deposit, sweets? If I go around, but I'm not playing. I can't hear without no deposit.
I don't blame you.
Because the
I
second
need to get
part,
better in that. I fall victim to that. I
She
really
know
do.
yeah.
I'm admitting. I'm admitting it.
Yeah, I don't
I
like
do.
it. I don't like it.
I have
Because
to.
she
You have to.
charges a
You gotta
lot.
stand on business.
And people,
Yeah.
and people need to secure that. So it's not like when they don't show up, they call you and say, Darlene, I can't come today. No.
Because you booked that.
You
You took
can't-
that booked that time where somebody else could have took
Right.
that time.
Yeah.
Right.
And then when it's
Well,
one of
because
those,
most of the time everybody shows up. So when they don't show up, I have a problem with that. You
Right.
know? So I need to get better at that, and I'm gonna get better at that. Trust me, deposits coming soon.
then listen, and it's a good $100 for that slot.
Exactly.
At least, because we do that. I have to do it with family. If I don't do it with family, look what just happened. I've been the rules for my cousins. They don't show up. So I said, never again. That's it. Never again. It's not going to happen. I'm no more
Family,
bending the
definitely.
rules. You know what I mean?
They play around with you like it's a game and not realizing this is a business. Like you respect my business like you respect everybody else's business that don't look like me.
Right.
That's why I tell my friends, you want me to hire you to do certain things, but treat it like you going to work for somebody else who don't look like me.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Some of my cousins, they done that. We've done some serious work. Gave them a sweet price. Still shortchanged me. Still gave me what they wanted to give me. And I'm just baffled. I'm so confused with that because, like, what would make you, if you say 150, what would make you say 100? What would make you give me $100 and just think that's peace?
Cause you cuz.
Hey, listen, when business is involved,
They don't
all
understand that.
relationships,
But
I'm
that's
about
what
to
I'm
say
saying.
that.
Yeah, that's because you cuz. But we'll go any place else and play top dollar. It might even
What
give them
top
a tip.
dollar?
It might even give them
Yeah.
a tip. But because you cuz, you gonna get.
I
let
can't
me
do
give
it.
you a.
And it's sad because, I'm very creative, in the entertainment business. So I just spit out ideas between myself and BK. This is Mr. Creative himself. The stuff he does, even alone, you haven't even seen the stuff that he does. But the things that he do in a closed room, is crazy. So to not want to pay for something like that, what you're getting,
You're getting good quality work. Why would you not want to pay for something? I always tell you want cheap work, go pay for it and you're gonna get the quality you deserve with that cheap
Right.
work.
Yeah, that's insane. So let's curve over to politics for a minute. Tell me your thoughts about Trump and Elon Musk. You think Elon the president, or how you feel about?
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, I haven't really indulged in too much of the talk about Mr. Orange and um. I think with them, this has all been played out. Now we all know money runs the world.
Mm-hmm.
These guys have hidden agendas, and it's bigger than what we know. I believe that we got to put our seatbelts on and ready for this big ride. Because I'm telling you right now, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, we have to figure out how do we structure a way where we can lean on each other and gain power back ourselves. Like, we got to stop thinking that these people, we work for these people. They work for us. But how do we gain power back? We see what's going on with Target, right? That's just a prime example of how much power we got. Why don't we continue that same power with everybody else? With gas, with these brands, whatever, and take our power back and saying, we are not going to buy with you anymore until you create a structure where it's fair enough for everybody. Even with housing. Like there's no way people should be hungry. There's no way people shouldn't have nowhere to live. Like my daughters are from Stamford, Connecticut. They born and graduate. They graduate high school, graduate college. The fact that they don't live in their own city is crazy to me.
Right.
They can afford to live in their own city, which is nuts. Why is that even a thing? Why is there not a cap on how people should be able to pay rent? Right? To me, it's baffling that they don't want certain people to have certain power, and that's what's going on. It's all about power and control. This guy said to me about a month ago. He said, "Let me tell you something." Jewish guy. He said, "I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I'm gonna be real front with you." I'm like, "What's up?" He said, "Your people, all they care about is money. You know what we care about? Power, because power brings money." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You ever see a bully in school? He don't got nothing, right? How do you think he's able to control everything? It's what power. He can get money by people bring him money. They bring him what he want because they're afraid of him.
Mm-hmm.
When you got power, it creates all the other avenues." And I'm like, damn, he makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
You see our people, we walk around like we got so much money, ain't got a dime in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like power is very, very important. When you ownership, like if you look at media, you look at sports, you look at entertainment, we don't own a jack thing.
Mhm.
And when we are in position, we don't lift each other up.
Right.
We keep it
Right.
for ourselves.
Yeah.
And I always say, Denzel Washington said it the best. You ever see a U-Haul truck behind a hearse?
Right.
That means your ass can't take none of that shit with you.
Nothing.
You know what I mean? So it's like we got to do better and understand our value and our power, and the people that paved the way before we got here,
Right.
Mhm.
that fought and died for us to have some of the stuff that are presented to us, and we just don't really take it serious enough. And it's like, for me, it's like the reason why it's like that. I think people just don't have faith. And I'm bringing it back to God. If you have faith and walk with God, you'll look at things the way we look at,
Right.
and your understanding, your discernment will be different. Like your conversations will be different,
Mhm.
right? The way you give will be different. So I just think that people have a different walk with Christ, and that goes with relationships too. Like I'm big on that. Like if I'm dating somebody and you don't bring up God not one time, or just have a walk with Him, or if we're not aligned, deuces. I don't care how bad you is, how bad your body is, how much money you got. I don't want no parts of that because I'm a fall off my dean dealing with you,
Right.
and I don't want to do that. I'm not going to sacrifice what I believe in just to please you.
That's true. And if people even knew the power of power, like the strength in power, people really don't understand
No,
the
they
power.
don't. They don't.
But look what's in the room. Power.
That's what I'm
Yes.
talking about.
What
Like
we said
people
earlier,
don't.
because we got things that people need, right? So what we do is us come together. When they say 1 or 2, 3 pray together is a wrap.
Yeah.
So 1 or 2, 3 come together and work together. It's done you can do. People think having 20, 30, 40 people, that creates, nah. 4 people could be the most powerful people in the world.
Exactly.
Two.
Yeah,
Exactly.
too. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's two, because
Two.
I know we done moved
Need
some
that
mountains, BK.
Just need that latch.
Like, yeah.
That
Yeah,
latch.
that's it.
But what I think is you already know, to recap, I already told you that Elon Musk, he has alternative motives.
Of course.
He wants control. You know, you could already tell, look at the things that he's doing. But with Trump just don't have, like he has great ideas, great expectations, but he needs to structuralize things and put things in place instead of just getting rid of this, getting rid of that, and getting rid of, it's just, he's showing that, he wants this power. He's going to do everything that he said he's going to do, and he's just going to just do it. Just do it. And if he structuralized it, it would be better. Yes, we need to change a lot of things. Yes, we do. We do. But you can't just do away with it and just leave people for dead.
Right.
So
Sounds right.
what it looks like to me is he's trying to get rid of all the Mexican, all the Spanish people, all the undocumented, people. And it's like he's trying to get control. So like the people that are here, he could run those people.
Right.
But
that's exactly what it is.
a
You just wanna
message
run
to our people, like if you want to do something, you need to if you want to have your own business, you need to do it right now. Structuralize everything.
Schumer was on the news this morning and he broke something down, which I didn't understand. He was talking about the government shutdown
people.
and what would really happen.
It's coming though. You know that.
Yeah. But now the reason why, because they were like, Gail was like, well, you said you were going to do one thing and you did another. You know why? So people, they don't trust you anymore. He said, listen. And he looked into the camera. He was like, listen, people, let me explain to you about a government shutdown. But what he explained, he said, if we let so he had to take one for the team. He said, I had to quickly re-steer the ship because if the government was to shut down, immediately once the government shut down, it's up to them to bring it back up.
The Republicans?
Yes, the president could only open it back up.
Wow.
But once they shut down, they want to cut out SNAP. They want to cut out all government funded stuff.
Right.
Yeah, and this is what he's naming the stuff. And then once he does that, once they do that, we can't, as Democrats, we can't get it back. There's nothing that we can do.
But you know what they're trying to create is New World Order. Somebody said this to me years ago. They said, Pop, you need to get your gun license. You need to get because they put these messages in movies. You seen that new show, Paradise?
I haven't.
Watch that. It's telling you exactly what they're trying to implement. If you see, what's the show that they had when they shut everything down, people were able to violate people.
The Purge?
Purge.
Okay.
You think that's not a message?
All of those shows
Everything
are
are
message.
messages.
Everything, yes.
Including The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And I'm not being funny.
No,
Y'all
no.
think The Simpsons just happen to be
Enemy of the
like
state.
that?
Enemy of the state.
Everything. Exactly.
Everything.
So all these things that are happening, they're telling you, like, we had the most plane crashes ever in history. I think it's up to, 80 plane crashes? Who's doing that? Who's in control of that? Same thing with sex trafficking. You trying to tell me all the technology, all the power in this country, we can't find missing children?
Exactly. But
Right.
you could find Saddam Hussein and go get his, really.
They got satellites in the air right now.
Yes.
I've seen them find people that's growing weed and growing whatever.
Your cell phone. Cell phone.
Exactly. So you telling me with all of the reason why, public, listen, again, I'm very blunt and transparent. It's all about control. The people who are in position are the pedophiles, drug addicts, and guns. They supply all that, and they terrorizing our country because they making all the money.
Right.
It's all about power and money. Like I look at my family's from Haiti, and I look at what's going on in Haiti. It was designed by our government here, because Haiti is very, very a rich soul country, right? It's a rich country. So the Clintons has went there and just corrupted our country. So you telling me these gangbangers, where they get all these big guns from?
Right. Where the guns coming from?
Where the guns come from? Where all this power they get coming from? Like, the fact that our president was assassinated, that was all inside job.
Trump we talking about?
No, the president of Haiti was assassinated in his own home.
Oh,
That
yes.
was inside job. But that's what I'm saying. It's all...
So who
It
has
was in his own
who
house?
has the power
Yeah.
over there? All right, so we're going back to power.
So the power
Who
right
has the
now,
power?
the gangs.
The gangs?
The gangs.
Okay.
That dude that's head of the gang in Haiti right now, his name is Barbecue.
Okay.
That's who's terrorized. They terrorizing that country. It's bad. Like one of my friends always inbox me on Facebook, showing me videos. I said, bro, stop sending me stuff. This is corrupting my mind. People laying in the streets dead.
Oh,
Wow,
man.
is that
They set
bad?
people on fire. Yeah, kids being killed. It's bad. But then you gotta understand something, right? I was just in Africa in October, and then recently I've still connected with a lot of beautiful country. I was in Ghana. They don't want us to know how beautiful and rich this place is, right? They keep that from us. They tell you, oh, you can't go over there because you need shots and all this, which is bull crap because I didn't have to take none of that, and I was fine. But the cost of living in Ghana is just like you could buy so much land and property out there. You could do so much, but they're secretly moving their way in. The Chinese government is moving their way in. One of the biggest markets in Ghana was just burnt down. Why wasn't that highlighted in the media? The biggest markets, I was there. Biggest markets, everybody, because the government sold so much stuff, information, and they're trying to sell land to the Chinese to come in there and take over. It's sick.
How long was you there for?
I was here for a month.
Damn.
Yeah.
But
I didn't want to come back.
Yeah, and you know what? A lot of people go over there and they don't and then when they go over there, they pay rent like one time a year. Like you could go over there and pay rent one time for the whole year.
So one of the luxury buildings that they built here in Stanford, something like that in Ghana, our money is $2,500 for the year.
See, yeah,
$2,500
you pay rent
for the
one
year.
time. Yeah,
The luxury building, yes. You can buy like if you got $10,000 cash US, you can buy freaking land and build on that.
Right.
But they're not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you what I'm telling you. It's crazy.
That's
The
insane.
amount of information that I was getting out there, I'm like, I can't wait to go back. I was telling my people, I said, yo, if y'all don't jump on board, don't tell me I ain't tell y'all. Because I came here I left and I told y'all, I came here, like, listen, let's get our money together. Let's buy
And you
some
got to
stuff.
think about it too. It's a lot of people that are real successful that have left the United States.
Yeah,
they have
absolutely.
left and went to other countries to live because they no longer want to live here and they know what's gonna happen.
But you know what
they
I
know
said?
what's gonna
I
happen.
said something funny. I was like, since Trump deporting everybody, I said, why don't y'all deport me to Africa? I'll be happy. But I said, I was telling somebody, if we really want to really gain power, if we take all our money, all our resources, and we move to Ghana, they're gonna find a way to bomb all of us and kill all of us.
Probably.
They like,
Yep.
because we make up all the income in this country, everything. We make up the population. So without us, there's no movement.
I wish that we knew or we
I
understood.
mean, they
that.
gotta know because we will spend our last where, most other people, they'll wear their shoes till they got holes in it, but we let some dirt get on them. You buying a new pair.
I think we know. We just, a lot of people just not educated.
Some people know, like we know,
Yeah,
know, but a lot of people don't know. But what, like I was saying, like back in the day, like when we didn't have as much as we have now, people stuck more together. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yes.
They had their own businesses. Everybody had their record stores. They had their grocery
record stores.
stores.
Wow, yeah.
They had restaurants. You
Everything.
know,
We-
all up and down Washington.
We had our own laundromats.
everything,
everything.
everything. So
I honestly think it's the phones because the phone it's taken place of unifying, of even supporting the businesses and people not supporting the businesses like the laundromats. Everybody's selling a plate on a Friday, so it's not even like the
I
restaurants.
think what
are.
it is so you said the phones, right?
Yeah.
Now, even like I put up some on my Instagram today where they're allowing the prisoners to have phones because they want to entertain that to kids. When the kids see, oh, yo, it's cool to go to jail now.
You
I'm
see
gonna have
that?
a phone. I could be on Instagram.
FaceTime.
They can
You
do
could
all that.
FaceTime, you could send
what they
pictures and
do,
you could text.
They're enticing, right? Children to understand it's okay to commit a crime because you can have freedom in jail. You get a cell phone. So what happens is people get lazy when it comes to food, DoorDash. Who's winning? Who's ahead of all that? It ain't us, right? All that stuff you gotta understand. Like they made everybody lazy. We got too much access.
Yeah.
Even dating. You go on a date nowadays. I've been on a couple of dates, right? And I'm like, this is crazy. Everybody like this.
Yeah.
Some people don't know how to
Distraction.
communicate. Can't hold a conversation. I'll tell a girl, listen, stop texting me, call me. What?
Right.
Yeah, call me. How you text me for?
Right.
You know what I mean? So people can't hold conversations anymore.
It's
And
scary out
nowadays,
there.
you can have your phone text the conversation for you.
Yeah.
You can tell your phone, just say this. It'll
Yeah.
write a text.
Here's a question me ask you guys. How do y'all feel about AI? I'm afraid of that.
It's something to be afraid of. I am too.
I seen a
And certain
movie on
things-
that joint, and that junk is crazy.
Certain things, yeah.
I
'cause
like
it could.
It
I
depends
like
on
it.
what it is.
Yeah,
But I
it-
feel
it-
like it
it-
could put you someplace that you're not even
Yeah.
at.
You know,
It can.
So something I don't know if y'all aware, but you know, a lot of children committed suicide behind those machines, where
Why they
AI is
doing
going into the
bullying?
iPads and telling them certain messages
Oh Jesus.
through like the games and stuff. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But these are things they don't report.
Right.
My mom always said, she kept her flip phone. She was not getting an up-to-date phone. She
Man,
said,
I wish I'd
the
have kept
phone
mine.
is going to be the internet and the phone is going to be the death
It
of
is.
people.
You know who
That's
said
what
that?
she
Prince.
said. My mother said
Prince
it all
said
the
that
time.
years ago.
My
He
mother
said
always
that in
said
an interview.
that.
He said the internet is going to be the death of our society.
And you could look at it the way, people are addicted.
Yeah.
They're
It's a
addicted. They
dopamine.
can't do anything without their phone.
It's true.
Yes,
That's
you have
insane.
business and everything. Even the kids they're developing insomnia. What is it? Insomnia.
Pick up your
Yeah,
cards.
constantly.
You know how to play pity pat?
Nah, I don't know how to play pity pat.
Come on,
You
you
might
don't know
take
how to
my
play-
black card away from me.
You don't know how to play pity
I'm
pat?
dead serious.
Crazy eights.
Oh, crazy. That's my game.
Okay,
I
hold
work the
on.
buttons in
Hold
Crazy
on.
Eights.
Y'all, you so lucky because I was about to skin y'all up. 6, 7, 8. Okay. All right. We just gonna play this last game and then we out of here. But it's no, come on.
I want y'all. Who y'all think gonna win this game?
Sweets.
I play Crazy 8.
You
She'll not play Crazy 8?
no.
I play
It's like
before.
Uno.
So matches?
So a 2 is a draw 2. 8 of spade. You could beat a queen of spade. Queen of spade is draw 5.
All right.
So
well, y'all
deuces
just
is
Fours
coach
are
two,
skips.
fours
y'all,
skip.
y'all just coach me as it go on.
got
So
you.
I don't. It's you.
Aces are skips.
Okay, go ahead.
So which way you going? You going my way?
Yeah.
All right. So just watch. Watch and learn, girl. You could put doubles on top of that. So if I would have had a 5 of clubs, or I could have put it
Okay,
under.
I got you. I got
It's
you.
like Uno. There you go.
Oh,
See?
she
Yeah.
showing off.
I think she know how
I
to play.
catch
She
on
just pulling our
quick.
leg.
I catch on quick.
I think she pulling our leg. What do
I
you
think so too. I think so
Let me see. Let
too.
me hit you with that rule.
With the deuce, so that skip me.
Oh, you know.
No.
This draw 2. So you can either if you got a 2 or an 8 could stop this. Any 8.
And
So
then
now you
you
got to pick a
change it
suit.
to whatever.
What you want?
Change it to puppy toes.
Puppy
What's
toes.
that?
Close.
Queen of club. Queen of club.
Yes.
Showing love.
Fast sweets.
Okay, it's on
That's
me.
on me.
No,
No,
I skipped
no,
you.
it's
oh,
on
you
me.
skipped
It's a
me.
skip,
Oh,
yeah.
I hate to
you
do this
skipping
to you.
people.
But I got to.
She want me to draw 4.
Me?
Nah, me.
I had
Oh, okay.
to.
I ain't got no
Oh.
8 to beat that.
I ain't had nothing. I'm sorry.
That's all.
Now it's
know,
my turn?
Listen,
It's my
listen.
turn?
It's all
You
love.
already know I'm coming here. I got a crowd too.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see. No. Should I? Yeah.
No, don't do it.
I'm going to
Don't
do it.
do
Go
it.
back to
You
you,
really
doll
wanna do
baby.
it?
A skip.
You really want to do
skipped you.
it?
Oh, now you skipped me. Okay.
Hold up. Let me skip both of
Ooh,
y'all.
I can't even believe
I skipped
this.
both of y'all back on me.
Oh, back on you? 2 skips?
All right, go ahead, darling.
All right. Yeah.
It's on. It is
Okay.
on.
Okay, so we do have exciting things to do coming up this week. We're gonna have my turn.
Your turn.
We're gonna have karaoke.
Ooh, she didn't do me like that when I was about to skate on y'all. Yes, we're gonna have karaoke next Sunday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, that
Next
makes
Sunday.
you do that?
Yeah, 5.
All right.
Hold on, because I'm about to make you.
What am I gonna say? Crazy 8?
You gotta say last card. We got
Last card. I said crazy 8. Last card.
It's too late.
Don't do
I
me like
should.
that.
Look, should make her eat you. Y'all late.
Don't do it.
Shoot.
Okay.
Hold on. It's on me.
So if you guys are not
Spades.
if you guys
Spades.
are not busy this weekend, come Sunday, next Sunday.
Hearts is playing, play.
Oh.
Next Sunday, the 23rd, we are going to have karaoke, a karaoke day party. Spades. A karaoke day party
Last card.
at Bamboo.
Oh, last card too. I forgot.
Last card.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah, spades. Yeah.
Oh, it's not mine. Oh. Yeah.
No,
last
you don't
card.
go.
No, if I pluck.
No, you pluck and you keep it.
Oh, I thought I could
Yeah,
throw it out.
no.
You said it's like Uno.
He said it's like Uno.
Oh.
I never said it was like Uno.
Okay.
But I got to skip him because he's scheming on
So
something.
we signing out, and next time we're signing out.
Yeah, we're about to sign out. 3 more cards. Just give us 3 more cards, BK.
Don't worry about it. It's about to end quick.
All right.
Doll baby.
Yeah.
It's on you.
What card is it?
Spades.
It's spades.
Duh.
Oh, okay.
Diamonds.
Okay. My turn.
I go. Oh, perfect.
Perfect. There he goes.
Last
Perfect.
card. Last card.
Oh my gosh. Here she go. Last card. Last card. It better not be doubles.
I won.
You what?
Again.
Oh my God, y'all. Beginner's luck.
That's
Catch
what I
us
said.
next
She
time.
knew she was doing.
Next week. Thank you for our guest, Wilner.
Yes, thank you so
Thank you guys
much.
for having me. It's
Yes.
a pleasure to be on your
Yes.
platform. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Absolutely. This
Have a
was
blessed
dope.
one, guys.
Okay, y'all, next Tuesday, but listen, before we go, next Tuesday we'll be back at 7 o'clock. But tomorrow we will be here at the studio, 56 North Main Street at 7 p.m. discussing the African American Day Parade. And listen, whoever slipped that envelope under my door, thank you so much. I'm not sure who you are, but guys, if you're looking, somebody slipped an envelope under my desk with African American Day parade stuff from 1998.
Ooh,
From 1998,
nice.
yo, slipped it
couldn't
under
believe
the
it. I seen
desk.
that, too. I was
Yeah,
like, wow.
Yes.
it smells old. You know how the
Yeah.
old
Okay.
they kept it closed up inside a little
Nice.
bookshelf or whatever. But thank you for that. I love you guys. God bless you guys, and we will see you guys next week.